trying to get that house to the retail value, the question they're asking themselves is, how can I get mom to care as quickly as possible without leaving equity on the table? My brain glazes over when somebody says I started in real estate 24 years ago, but I did. So I that's not the point. The point is I did this business backwards. I started off as a developer and a builder, and I worked my way to a wholesaler. And I think a lot of people listening might be, I'd love to be a wholesaler. Then I can be a rehabber. Then I can be a builder. Well, we talk a lot about fulfillment in life, about what makes us happy. And I realized I'm 44, so 2 years ago, I realized I wasn't a home builder in as much as I wanted to pick out the colors. And I put up with a lot of pain points in my life to go do those things. The thing I liked was actually picking out the designs. And so with building Mom's House here nationwide, I don't have time to be a home builder, but I was honest with myself about what that journey was. And today, I bought, close to 1,000 homes myself, but in the past year, we helped 10,000 families with this niche, and we're just scratching the surface. And the niche is simply if you and I are brother and sister, and today we find out that mom has to move into senior living. I'm in St. Louis and you're in California, and mom is back in wherever we grew up, right? So I'll ask a rhetorical question. It's, where is mom going to live? Does she live by me? Does she live by you? Does she live by where she lives now? And really, really quickly, we have to make a very, very hard decision is, where is mom? The most important thing, let me be abundantly clear. The very most important thing is, where will mom get the best care? Yep. And then immediately behind that, the Philip and Christina are brother and sister analogy, we immediately go into, and how are we going to pay for it? And what are we going to do with the house? And what are we going to do with the stuff? Because that usually is the equity sitting there. It's not an asset until you sell it. And the person that we're talking about as real estate, this is a real estate podcast. So we're looking for houses that we can add value to. And every house that we buy, if they were all 2 years old and they were in perfect shape and there was shiplap everywhere, we wouldn't have much to do in the rehab world, right? But that's not the houses we're talking about. Our mom's house, and I'll tell you why it's called Mom's House and not Mom and Dad's house in a minute, but our mom's house is the one we grew up in. And while mom kept it clean, she was a bit of aggressive collector, which is what I lovingly call a hoarder. And the hot water heater's new, and she got the new roof in 2017 when the hailstorm came through, but that paneling's in the wrong spot. That kitchen's for, Christina, they've lived in these houses so long that mom got her new kitchen in 1991 because they moved in 1978, and now it needs another new kitchen.
That's right. And she's not willing to do it. The fact is, there's an age where they're not willing to do it anymore. And it's almost appropriate that they not do it because it's so overwhelming to their system, and they have to memorize something new on a brain that's slowing down, not picking up.
That's right. And at the flashpoint of what we're talking about, the moment that you and I find out mom has to move into senior living, now it's on us, the adult children, which is who I call us daughter Judy's. We're the daughter Judy. And now the question is, to get top dollar like the real estate agent asks us to do, are we going to go through a rehab on mom's house? And you said they're not cut out to do it. The HGTV shows sure do make it look easy to do. But in this business, we know our business is not. And so trying to get that house to the retail value, the question they're asking themselves is, how can I get mom to care as quickly as possible without leaving equity on the table? And there's, I'll just share this, guys, anyone listening, write this down. The cost versus value guide. If you just Google cost versus value guide, for the past 20 years, they have been chronicling what it costs to do a rehab. And they have this magical thing that says cost versus value. And I'll just give you one example. A new deck, a $10,000 deck that you spend $10,000 on, that's the cost. You get about $6,300 back. So you lose not half your money, but close. And it doesn't get worse with the scale. If you have to do 23 things on your house, very quickly the family goes, why would I do that then? And I'm not going over, well, that's exactly right. You please shouldn't. We are real estate professionals, and we can do it at that much lower price. That is why we are all on this podcast. We're all real estate professionals. That is the goal. We're not a retail rehabber. We don't walk down to Lowe's and Home Depot and get all the other contractors that are high as a cat's back. That's what we do for a living.